Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and this is my channel, Her Pacific Northwest Washington Life, and today I'm kicking off the week 50 reading vlog. This week I am still going strong with the Reindeer Readathon, Cloak Dagger Christmas, and Create Your Own Holiday Adventure, which are all month-long readathons for the entire month of December. And then on Saturday the 12th starts the Oh What Fun Readathon, which was created by Mackenzie at Mackenzie Lane, I believe is her channel name. So I'll be starting that on Saturday, but for right now I currently have 2 different books going. I am still working my way through, hi thieves, not right now, thank you. I'm still working my way through Vesta in the Night by Sarah Porter. I have 80-ish pages left in that, so hoping to get that finished this week, but we shall see. I did read it during the live stream reading sprints yesterday, so I was able to make a bit of progress. And then I started listening to, can I get the book please? Thank you. Don't eat my earrings, those are mine. Stop with the licking, lady. You're cute. I started The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab on audiobook yesterday. I only got a couple chapters in. So far we are learning a little bit of Addie LaRue's backstory, but not to the point yet where we know why she created the deal to be immortal, but people would forget her. So we have experienced the past and the present, where she was before the deal was made, and then also after the deal has been made, and kind of how that is already starting, how that has been impacting her life. We're getting to see that a little bit, so it'll be interesting to keep going with that. My hope is to kind of listen to that while I read the book or flip through the pages. That way I can follow along a little bit better, because I do need to pay a bit more attention to this since it is the group read, and at some point, I don't know if it's going to be the end of December or the beginning of January, we are going to be doing a live stream discussion on it. So I'll need to actually be able to talk to it and not just say, yeah, it was good, it was alright. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing I've got going on today is that I am going to start my next buddy read with Rainey. We're going to be reading Without a Brew, which is the last published book right now in the Sloane Krause Mystery Series by Ellie Alexander, that takes place in the Bavarian themed or inspired village of Leavenworth in Washington, which is nestled in the Cascade Mountain Range. So pretty close-ish to me. It's about 3 hours, I think, away from me. I haven't been there since I was 15. It's been about 15 years now. So, and at that point I wasn't driving, so I don't know how far away it is exactly, but it's a gorgeous little town. And I know Without a Brew takes place during the Light Festival, which I actually didn't know, but takes place, I thought it was only during December, but I think they leave the lights up until March. So that's pretty cool. It'll be nice to read the book set during the time of year that it actually is here. So really looking forward to that. What else do we have going on today, Fiefs? I'm having a hard time concentrating at work today, so I think I'm gonna take the day off from, or the evening off from, studying, and I'm just gonna snuggle the dogs on the couch, maybe see if when Sky gets home he wants to watch a movie or watch some X-Files. It's been a while since we watched X-Files, so I think we'll do that. And then when my brain is feeling more like it actually wants to pay attention to the computer screen, I will study tomorrow for sure. So we're gonna wrap it up before Dad gets home and give this girl some attention, because she's obviously craving it. It doesn't help either that I'm sitting on the ground. So when I do have a reading update though, I will definitely let you all know. I forgot that I kept mentioning I would show you what the house looks like now that it's got all the decorations up. So I'll go ahead and do that really quickly. So you have seen the tree before. We last year decided to get a fake tree just because we only get Skylar's son every other weekend, so it's kind of hard to coordinate when's the right time to get a real tree, because if we get it too early then it dies, and if we get it too late then we didn't have enough time with it. But I've got this shelf behind the tree, and I got this gnome guy in one of those catalogs that come through, and he has a hat. He's wearing a Santa hat right now that you can change out. He's got like 6 different hats, I think. And then just some little stuffed animals and things I've had throughout the year. I've got a little Bumble that does sing if he's got batteries in him. And Maddie got this elf from his school store one year. And then this shelf is pretty simple. I've got this picture of a violin with Oh Holy Night sheet music that's got 2 little blinking candles that's just battery operated. Maddie picked up this little snow globe as one of his ornaments. It's way too heavy for the tree, so we've just got it sitting on the shelf there. And then my mom got me this peacock a couple years ago, which for me, peacocks remind me of the Nutcracker. I don't know if every version of the Nutcracker has a peacock, but the Pacific Northwest Ballets does, and it's one of my favorite dances. And the tail comes out, and it can also kind of be spread out a little so that it goes behind the peacock a little more instead of sticking straight up. And then over here we've got the stockings. I did these jars at a craft night that I used to have with some of my co-workers every winter, and I've got 4 different jars, and they do say Noel on them. And I've just got them stuffed with some fake flowers. And then our stockings. So the one in the back is my childhood stocking, and then I made this one for Skylar last year, which is made out of Legend of Zelda fabric, and then I knit Maddie and Ronan's stockings, which are absolutely massive, and they're so big that I did not make Aoife her own stocking. She actually has to share with Ronan. So I need to put an A on the back of that, and then it'll be both of theirs. And then next to it we've just got this empty tub that is painted, has a little snowman on it. When the stockings get stuffed and they're too full, Santa puts them there. I don't have anything here this year because our movie case is super messy, and all of the movies on the top there are movies that we need to watch, so I didn't have any room for decorations there. But coming into the kitchen, there's my little plant corner. My mom gave me this thing, which is a something about a Minerva. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a winter Christmas plant. And then my snake plant there has 2 little babies. Sorry for that interruption, the dogs barked. But I've got this sleigh that's always kind of an awkward thing to put up, but I really like it. My mom added all the extra decorations and what have you to it, so it's just there for now. Maybe find a better place for it later. I do have a Christmas tablecloth up. I don't really have a lot of Christmas decorations on my bookshelves. I do have, tripping over my box of fabric, but I do have a conductor's hat from the Polar Express, and then I have a replica of the present that the boy gets with the sleigh bell in it. So then heading over to the piano, I've got these plug-in fake candles that are really pretty. They're really like glittery. And then I've got a Santa there. I made that gnome last year with my mom. And then I've got this moose with music notes on her that I just love. She's so cute. But these are the pretty little candles. And it just looks really nice with all those books, and the flowers are wedding decor. that I haven't gotten to use yet. But yeah, that's pretty much the house all decorated for this year. All right, it's gonna be a little bit dark just because I've got the lights here and nothing over there. But as far as reading goes, I did not read anything on Tuesday. I kind of just took the day off of reading, at least. But today I did start and finish a book from the Audible Plus catalog, which was a Hanukkah book. And this one was called 8 Winter Nights by Liz Maverick. It was a short 2-hour, 55-minute book, I want to say. And we follow Rachel. Actually, this is told from 2 different perspectives. We've got Rachel and Oz. Rachel and Oz met at a Hanukkah party the previous year, and they had kind of an instant connection. They got stuck out on this porch because of these prankster triplets. And then her beautiful friend, who always gets the guys, ended up like kind of rescuing them. And long story short, they hit it off, and her friend and Oz started dating. And she's had these unrequited feelings for Oz for an entire year. And she gets a phone call from her friend that she and Oz have broken up, and she is flying to Bali for like a week-long vacation, and she needs Rachel to go to the apartment to take care of Oz because he like broke his foot or something. He's got his foot in a boot. And so he doesn't really need help, but he basically is this guy who doesn't back down from a challenge, and he doesn't like quitting or things like that. And the reason that he and I think her name was Tamara, I don't remember the friend's name, but they broke up because he was just like, you know, maybe we're not that compatible or what have you. And she was like, okay, that's fine, and then left. So he is trying to essentially get her back because for the image that he has in New York as this big business guy, she's perfect to have on his arm. And they're just like one of those power couples and stuff. So that's why he wants her back. So he basically enlists Rachel's help to win her friend back, while he doesn't know that Rachel is in love with him. And so it's a cute story that takes place over like 8 nights. While Oz comes to the realization that he's not in love with his ex-girlfriend, and the person he is actually in love with is Rachel. And you know, it's a cute little holiday contemporary book, so you can guess where it ends. But I gave it a 3-star rating. There was nothing like overly special about it. There was nothing that was super underwhelming or anything like that. It was just a cute, perfect book for this time of the year. And then I started over in Addie LaRue because when I started this on Sunday, it was while I was editing a spreadsheet, and I wouldn't have restarted it if this wasn't a book I needed to talk coherently about on a live stream. I would have just kept going, but I felt like there was stuff at the beginning that I needed to know and potentially missed out on by listening to it while I was multitasking. So I did restart it, and as I was listening to the audiobook, I was following along on the page. So I'm almost back to where I had stopped. I think once I get a solid, I don't know, maybe like 75 to 100 pages in, I'll have a really good feeling of the storytelling and just where this is going, that I probably won't have to do both versions at the same time. But I'm really enjoying the audiobook because this is set partially in France, and there's some things in here that I would have absolutely just butchered if I were pronouncing them in my head. So I'm glad to be listening to the audiobook for that reason. And I think it'll help me get through it a little bit quicker. I personally haven't really liked any books that I've read by V.E. Schwab yet, though technically I guess I've only read her books under Victoria Schwab, which are her young adult and middle grade. So I've read the Monsters of Verity duology. I like The Savage Song. I did not like Our Dark Duet. And then I've read City of Ghosts, which is her middle grade that takes place in Edinburgh and follows a young character. So I'm hoping that her adult works will sit with me a lot better. I do own all of her Shades of Magic books. I have the complete trilogy, and I'm hoping to read that early next year. So we'll see how it goes. Honestly, if this weren't the buddy read though for, or the group read for the Reindeer Readathon, I would not have picked it up. I would have waited quite a while before potentially picking it up, but I wouldn't have picked it up right now. So I'm hoping it's going to be as good for me as everybody else says, but I know a lot of those people are fans of V.E. Schwab, so we'll see how this one goes. But so far so good. I think it's interesting. I don't typically tab or annotate books, but I've got 3 tabs in right now, and it's just basically for, I don't want to say there's a magic system in this book, but from what I know, Addie kind of gets some sort of a curse or a deal with the devil sort of thing put on her. So things like what happens with people forgetting her is what I'm really focusing on. So like how she can't say her name, and just like how quickly people forget her after they meet her and things like that. So I don't know if I'll continue to keep tabbing it, but we'll see how that goes. I think maybe every 50 pages I'll write like a brief little thing about what happens and maybe try to hit on key points. That way I actually know what to talk about whenever we do the live stream. Yeah, that's what it's called. But I've been neglecting my schoolwork for a couple days, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to that now. And then I'm sure I'll have some time this evening for Sky and I to watch some X-Files. That's what we're watching. So when I have another update, I will definitely be sure to check in with you.
Mom is alive?
Yes. I know she'd like to see you very, very much. Why not?
This is too much. I didn't want to come here to all Fox. I was afraid to see you. I have another life now. I have children of my own.
Please don't go.
I can't stay here right now.
All right, just tell me how I can find
I
you.
need some time.
Just tell me where to find you.
Please don't, Fox.
We will do this on your time. Just
And please, please let me go. I promise you, I'll think about it.
Alright, I haven't checked in since Wednesday, so this is going to be a long one, so brace yourselves. I forgot to mention Wednesday that Tara at the channel Buzzwords Books had commented on my previous week's reading vlog that she had also, or she was also reading Without a Brew. And I actually found out about the series from Tara's channel. I think it was one of her wrap-ups that she was talking about it. So I kind of like quickly made a group message on Instagram with Tara, Rainey, and myself, and was asking Tara where she was in the book, and she was at the very beginning with us. So we did a buddy read with all 3 of us, which was a lot of fun. Just kind of, Rainey pretty much set the pace for us, and then I would catch up in the middle of the night for them because they're both on the East Coast, so they're 3 hours ahead of me. But it was really great just bouncing ideas back and forth and kind of sharing what we were enjoying and maybe what we weren't, and our hopes for the rest of the series and things like that. So it was really nice to have both of them to read it with. I'm hoping that if we all want to continue the series, which I think we do, that in the future we can continue doing it as a 3-way buddy read instead of just having just me and Rainey. But I really enjoyed it. I think that one was probably my favorite book so far in the series. I really liked the kind of setting of this one. I thought the characters they brought in were really interesting. This one wasn't super duper predictable, and I just really enjoyed it. I love the setting. I was actually, because Sloane in the book, I think I explained the synopsis of this one takes place just before Ice Fest, I think is what it's called. So it's in January after Christmas. Sloane, Garrett, and Kat are ready to do like a soft launch of the bed and breakfast portion of the brewery. And there's some people that come into town who everywhere else they came in for skiing and I think the lights and stuff, and everywhere else in town is booked. So Sloane and Garrett were going to do the soft opening with just one couple, but they end up renting out all of the rooms because there's there's two couples of these obnoxious people from Seattle that they let have a room. And then there's this one lady that comes in who explains to Sloane that she doesn't want to have to drive back to Spokane. So they end up renting out the room to her. And then things happen. Where was I going with this? Oh, so Sloane was a child in the foster care system. And she, in the last book, got back in touch with her caseworker. And her caseworker she was coming to Leavenworth to visit. And Sloane had mentioned, or the narrator, Sloane is the narrator, had mentioned that there's a daily train from Seattle to Leavenworth, which I didn't know. It kind of makes sense. But I started looking into it, and it's only $25 one way, and it's about a 3.5 hour train ride. And so I was I took a screenshot. It's on Amtrak and sent the details to Rainey and Tara because now I'm trying to convince both of them to come over here. But anyway, I told Skylar about it, and he's like, "That's really not a bad price. We should do it." And so we are tentatively. He has to go into work tomorrow and see if he can get the Friday of I think February 26th off. And we're going to take Maddie Boy on the train to Leavenworth, which will be perfect. There's going to be snow. I bet the train ride is just going to be absolutely gorgeous through the mountains and the forests and stuff like that. It's a really short train ride. We live across the water from Seattle, so we'll have someone drop us at the ferry. We'll hop on the ferry and go to downtown Seattle, probably get something to eat. Just a little quick snack, and then walk up the couple of blocks it is to King Station. I think that's what it's called, is King Station. All I know is it's right by Benaroya Hall, which is where the Seattle Symphony plays because I walk past it every time I go to the Symphony. Yeah, and we're gonna hop on the train, land at Icicle Station, I think we're gonna look at a hotel room right on either Main Street or Front Street, but right in downtown so that we can just walk around the village. We're gonna have Friday night, Saturday night, and come back home Sunday morning. So we just have to figure out, make sure that Skylar can get that Friday off, and then we can book our trip. And I'm really excited because I know I said earlier, it's been probably a good 14-15 years since I've been to Leavenworth, so I'm really looking forward to going. The one bummer is that I'm pretty sure they still have the Christmas lights up. They're just not doing the weekend events that they would normally do. And we were like, in the book they say the lights go from like December to March, or the day after Thanksgiving to March. And I was like, okay, yeah, lights will still be up. Didn't think anything about it. But then I was looking to make sure, and it looks like the lights come down after Valentine's Day, and we're going 2 weekends after Valentine's Day just because we could go Valentine's weekend, but we were like, no, it'll probably be you know, crowded for these times. So we're gonna miss the lights, which will be okay. It'll still be a lot of fun. But I'm really looking forward to that. I already told Rainey and Tara that I was gonna spam them with pictures so that they could see more of what the town is like and everything like that. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. It was kind of cool that I just was, you know, learned about it in a book I'm reading and told Skylar, and he was like, yeah, we needed to go do that. I think Maddie Boy's gonna have a lot of fun. He has done the Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad train ride with us, but he hasn't been on like an Amtrak train or anything. So I think he's gonna have a lot of fun on that and stuff. So I'm excited for that to happen. Other than that, I've still been listening to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have about 13 hours left. I'm in part 2 at the beginning of chapter 3 right now. The curse has happened, and so now when we flash back to, what is it, nope, that's all current. What is the time? 1714. We are following Addie just after the curse and how she is learning to navigate this new life. And then we jump to 2014. We have met the person who hasn't forgotten Addie as soon as they turn their back from her. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of that progresses and things like that. I did finish Without a Brew on Saturday. So I currently only have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue going right now. The Oh What Fun Readathon began yesterday, and I've got this little snowman mug that is quite cracked. I don't know if that'll focus enough. I use it for a water cup for painting and stuff, but I thought he was nice and festive, and I put all of the Oh What Fun Readathon prompts on slips of paper because I wanted my cup to decide whether I am naughty or nice this year. But I didn't have time yesterday to start the Oh What Fun Readathon because Friday night I helped my friend Shasta prep for a flash sale in her Facebook group for She Sells Color Street. And then yesterday I had a very small My Favorite Things party with 3 of my girlfriends, and that was kind of like an all-day affair. I went over to my friend's house who so kindly hosted it for me because I have a dog that jumps, and that's kind of annoying. So I went over and we made sugar cookies and we set up and watched a little bit of Goblet of Fire while she was wrapping presents. And then when the 2 other girls came over, we decorated the sugar cookies, we exchanged our gifts, and just had a really nice girls' night. It was very, very much needed. So that was a lot of fun. And then I went over to Shasta's house again to help her with the actual flash sale that she was doing as a Facebook Live. So I did not have time to pull from the cup. So I would like to do that right now and figure out what prompt I'm reading and what book I'm reading it for. I'm pretty sure I've got all of these prompts figured out. So let me just open my planner, lay it flat, give this a good shake. I think I'll let Skylar choose one next week. Rummage around in here. Okay, I've got one. If it's red writing, it's nice. If it's red writing, it's naughty. If it's green, it's nice. Oh no, we're already naughty. Okay, so this one says to read a book from The Ghost of Christmas Past. And for this, I am planning to listen to the audiobook of The Chimes by Charles Dickens. I have, I think it's called 3 Christmas Stories. And it's the Barnes & Noble paperback classic, and it's got A Christmas Carol, The Chimes, and The Cricket on the Hearth. So I think The Chimes, I was able to get the audiobook from the Amazon Plus catalog, so I'm going to listen to that while I read along. But Ghost of Christmas Past is an author that is no longer living. So Charles Dickens is no longer living. So that's my prompt. So that'll be a good one. Which means I think I'll keep Vesa in the Night as my physical book right now because I still haven't finished it. I haven't read any more since Sunday. And then I'll focus on the Chimes as my audiobook, and then when I'm done with that, I'll draw again and then go back to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I think that's going to be my plan for right now. I think that's about it. I am going to close this vlog off here because Skylar and I are going to have a date night. He said, I really want to do a date night with you on Sunday. What do you want to do? And so this morning I was thinking about it, and you know, we're homebodies anyway. And especially with the times right now, like I don't want to have to go anywhere where I have to wear a mask and worry about social distancing, and I don't even know what's open right now. So I was thinking about it, and I told him that I wanted to go out and get matching Christmas pajamas and then have a game night and get takeout. And so we went on the hunt at a couple places to try and find matching Christmas pajamas, and we failed miserably because if we wanted matching Christmas pajamas, we should have started looking like before Thanksgiving so that we could get a set for him, me, and Maddox, and it didn't happen. So he picked out some nice pajama bottoms that are blue with snowflakes on them, and I found a shirt with reindeer and snowflakes on it. I figured I've got plenty of leggings and other such things that I can just wear what I have as bottoms, and then we don't find anything for Maddox, so but that's fine because we don't have him this weekend. I did tell Skylar that I was gonna make him and Maddie dress up in Christmas pajamas at my brother's house when we do Christmas so that we could take a family picture in front of the Christmas tree. But now we'll just wear nice clothes and take a picture instead, which is fine. Next year, I told him next year I was gonna make us all Christmas pajamas, so that'll be a lot of fun. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, get it edited the rest of the way, upload it, and then we're gonna play games the rest of the night. So I hope, as always, that you all had a really nice week. If you're participating in any of the readathons that I am, I would love to know that as well, and what you got up to this week. Before I forget, I did not tell you what prompts Without a Brew, or I think the 8 Winter Nights fit. So let me run through that really quickly. 'Tis the Season-a-thon's done. I didn't have any readathons, like weekly readathons, going on this week, so the only thing I had was my 3-month-long readathons. So technically I already checked off Kitchen with Beyond a Reasonable Stout, but let me see. What can Without a Brew do? There's study, which is associated with my profession. It's not associated with my profession, nor is it a profession I've studied, nor is it anything I really want to do. Library, borrowed or references other books. I did not borrow it. I bought it off Kindle. And it kind of references other books, but not a whole lot. Hall is a new to you author. She's not new to me anymore. Conservatory is nature, travel, or a warm climate. Sloane does go hiking around Blackbird Island. I could maybe use that for conservatory. It's definitely not a warm climate because it's snowy. Dining room is a small group of people, which is kind of like a closed mystery, which this one sort of is because it does take place at the brewery, but the whole town is kind of involved. I don't know. I'll have to ask Rainey about that one. Lounge is set during the 1920s or 30s. It's not. And ballroom is a party, which is not. All right. So I'm thinking no, which is fine. And then for Create Your Own Holiday Adventure, I can do this one for the fourth prompt, which is on the holiday homebody path, and it's Grandma Got Run Over by the Reindeer is the song, and it's to read a book with a main character over 30, and Sloan is over 30. So that'll work there. And then I did not count this one for Reindeer Readathon, but it could, if I wanted to take the lower point value, it could be for Vixen. I don't find it intimidating. It might have something hidden inside, but I don't have the physical copy, so I don't know. Sloan does go through an internal struggle during this, so it could be Blitzen, and it's not Rudolph. So I could potentially use it for Blitzen if I don't get to the book that I have picked out. But that's pretty much it for now. Again, just to recap what I said, I would love to know what you got up to this weekend or week, and all those other things, what books you read, what your favorite was, this, that, and the other. If you're ready for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate during the winter, I would love to know. So if you feel so inclined, please do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll chat with you there until my next video. Bye.